The transformation of the Turkic peoples from their traditional beliefs to Islam is a profound and multifaceted story that spans centuries. This journey is not simply one of religious conversion, but is deeply intertwined with the political, cultural, and social evolution of the Turks. From the nomadic steppes of Central Asia to the establishment of powerful Islamic empires, the Turks' embrace of Islam was shaped by a combination of conquest, diplomacy, trade, and the attraction of Islamic mysticism. Before the Turks became Muslims, their spiritual practices were centered around shamanism and Tengrism, which focused on the worship of Tengri, the sky god. This belief system was animistic, with the Turks venerating nature and their ancestors, and the shamans serving as mediators between the physical and spiritual worlds. The Turks' nomadic way of life in the Central Asian steppes strongly influenced their religious practices, which were inextricably linked to the natural world. This spiritual worldview began to shift as the Turks encountered new cultures and religions, primarily through interactions with neighboring empires and states, including Persia, India, and China. However, their initial contact with Islam was indirect, mostly through trade and diplomatic exchanges, as the Turks were not initially exposed to the religion in a systematic or direct way. The earliest significant interaction between the Turks and Islam can be traced to the 7th and 8th centuries during the Arab expansion. The Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates, in their quest for territorial expansion, encountered various Turkic tribes in the Central Asian region. The Battle of Talas in 751 between the Abbasids and the Chinese Tang dynasty marked a pivotal moment in this interaction. The Abbasid victory opened the door for the spread of Islam into Central Asia, as Muslim merchants, travelers, and missionaries began to engage with the local Turkic tribes. While the military and political presence of the Arabs in the region was limited, their influence began to shape the religious and cultural landscape of the Turks. The spread of Islam among the Turks was gradual, as it took several centuries for the Turks to begin converting in significant numbers. Early conversions were often linked to trade political alliances and the gradual influence of Muslim merchants in the region. During the early centuries of Islamic expansion, the Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates sought to consolidate their control over newly acquired territories, including those inhabited by Turkic tribes. In regions like Transoxiana, the Umayyads encountered significant resistance from local Turkic populations. To strengthen their rule and promote religious unity, Arab rulers implemented policies that encouraged or enforced conversion to Islam. These measures included offering incentives, such as tax exemptions, and administrative positions to those who converted, while imposing higher taxes and social restrictions on non-Muslims. Such policies created a socio-political environment that made conversion to Islam both a practical and advantageous choice for many Turkic tribes. The Khazar Khaganate, located between the Byzantine Empire and the Arab Caliphate, provides an illustrative example. Facing pressure from both sides, the Khazar rulers adopted Judaism to maintain political autonomy and balance relations between competing powers. This decision highlights the complex interplay of religious, political, and social factors influencing the region during this period. In summary, while the initial spread of Islam among the Turks was largely a result of cultural exchange and voluntary conversion, over time, Arab authorities did employ various forms of pressure, including incentives and social stratification, to encourage the adoption of Islam among Turkic populations. This blend of voluntary and influence conversions significantly shaped the religious landscape of the Turkic peoples. Jalilov gives details of this historical background in his article, and he says, "The Arab conquest, like all other conquests, was responsible for many deaths and destroyed urban life. As a result of military action and fierce battles, the irrigation systems which were left unattended fell into ruin and became blocked, while beautiful works of calligraphy, architecture, and art were destroyed. Islam replaced the former local beliefs and cults as the official religion of Transoxania. The population paid the kharaj, the jizya, and other taxes to the Arabs, and carried out various types of forced labor." The first major political entity to embrace Islam was the Karakhanid dynasty in the 10th century. The Karakhanids, a Turkic dynasty that ruled over parts of Central Asia, officially converted to Islam, and their embrace of the new faith was pivotal in the Islamization of the region. The conversion of the Karakhanid rulers brought Islam to a broader segment of Turkic society, and the dynasty played a crucial role in introducing Islamic principles into the governance of the region. Their conversion was not only a religious shift, but also a political maneuver. Islam offered the Karakhanid rulers a way to strengthen their legitimacy and authority, especially as they sought to consolidate their power against other Turkic and non-Turkic rivals. By adopting Islam, the Karakhanid dynasty was able to align itself with the powerful Abbasid Caliphate, which provided religious and political legitimacy. Sufism played an essential role in the Islamization of the Turks, particularly in the conversion of the Turkic nomads. Sufi missionaries known for their mysticism and emphasis on personal spirituality were instrumental in spreading Islam in the Turkic world. Sufism's focus on inner devotion, spiritual practices, and tolerance made it particularly appealing to the Turks, many of whom had deeply spiritual and shamanistic traditions. The establishment of Sufi lodges in the Anatolian region and Central Asia provided a platform for the spread of Islamic teachings. The mystical nature of Sufism resonated with the nomadic lifestyle of the Turks, who valued personal experiences of the divine. Sufi orders like the Mevlevi and the Naqshbandi, which would later play significant roles in the Ottoman Empire, became essential vehicles for the dissemination of Islam in Turkic communities. One of the most famous Sufi saints associated with the Islamization of the Turks is Ahmad Yasawi, whose teachings had a profound impact on the Turkic peoples. His mystical teachings laid the foundation for the spread of Islam in Central Asia and Anatolia. Yasawi's influence in Central Asia was so powerful that he is often regarded as the spiritual father of Turkic Islam. The Seljuk Turks, a nomadic Turkic tribe, played a critical role in the spread of Islam in Anatolia. By the 11th century, the Seljuks had migrated from Central Asia into the Middle East, where they became the rulers of large portions of Persia and Iraq. Their conversion to Islam was a crucial moment in the history of the Turks, as it marked the beginning of a new phase in their religious and political development. The Seljuks' victory over the Byzantine Empire at the Battle of Manzikert in 1071 opened the gates of Anatolia to the Turks. As the Seljuk Empire expanded into Anatolia, it began to shape the religious landscape of the region. The Seljuks promoted the construction of mosques, Islamic schools, and the spread of Islamic law, which solidified Islam's presence in Anatolia. The Seljuk Sultanate of Rum, which emerged in Anatolia, was a significant political entity that became a center of Islamic culture and learning. The Seljuks' policies of religious tolerance allowed for the coexistence of various faiths, but Islam remained the dominant religion in the region. The influx of Turkish-speaking Muslim populations into Anatolia led to the gradual Islamization of the local population, which had previously been predominantly Christian. The rise of the Ottoman Empire in the 14th century marked the pinnacle of the Turks' journey into Islam. The Ottomans, who originated as a small Turkish principality in northwestern Anatolia, expanded to become one of the most powerful and enduring empires in history. Their embrace of Islam was central to their identity and governance, and their conquest of Constantinople in 1453 solidified Islam's place at the heart of Turkish culture. Under the Ottomans, Islam was not only the state religion but also a guiding force in the administration of the empire. The Ottomans established a complex system of Islamic law and governance, which incorporated elements of Sufi mysticism as well as the teachings of scholars and jurists. The Ottomans built monumental mosques, such as the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, and established institutions of learning that helped promote Islamic thought and culture. The Ottomans also played a crucial role in the spread of Islam to the Balkans, North Africa, and parts of the Middle East. Through their military conquests and political alliances, the Ottomans established Islamic governance in regions previously dominated by Christian or other religious traditions. The Ottoman Empire's legacy continues to shape the religious and cultural landscape of Turkey to this day. The establishment of the Republic of Turkey in 1923 under Mustafa Kemal Ataturk brought about a radical shift in the country's approach to religion. Ataturk implemented a series of secular reforms, including the abolition of the caliphate, the closure of religious schools, and the introduction of a Latin-based alphabet. These reforms were designed to modernize Turkey and reduce the influence of religion in public life. However, despite these secular reforms, Islam has remained a central part of Turkish identity. In recent decades, there has been a resurgence of Islamic practices, particularly in the political and social spheres. The rise of political Islam and the increasing visibility of religious symbols in public life reflects the ongoing significance of Islam in Turkish culture. While Turkey remains officially secular, Islam continues to play a vital role in shaping its political and social landscape. The Islamization of the Turks is a complex and multifaceted process that spans over a millennium. From their early interactions with Islam during the Arab expansion to the establishment of powerful Islamic empires like the Seljuks and Ottomans, the Turks' embrace of Islam has been shaped by a wide range of factors including politics, culture, and spirituality. Today, Islam remains a central aspect of Turkish identity, and the history of the Turks' conversion to Islam provides valuable insights into the broader history of the Islamic world. The transformation from shamanism to Islam is a remarkable example of cultural and religious change, and it highlights the adaptability of the Turkic peoples as they navigated the complexities of their interactions with Islam. Understanding this history is essential to appreciating the deep connections between the Turks and the Islamic world, as well as the ongoing role of Islam in shaping Turkey's future.